Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Stats and Chats, your favorite father-daughter pod.
Where every week we bring you stories about football and more. I'm Bella.
And I'm Jason.
And this week we'll be looking at the newly crowned F1 world champion and the end of the Chiefs dynasty. So with that, bang, bang, boom, let's get started.
All right. Dude, it's been like 4 weeks. You remember how to do this? Do we need to get training wheels?
No. And also, I think it's only been 2.
No, I double-checked.
Oh.
I double-checked that step. Good
Okay.
try, though.
Okay.
Because I knew it. I knew. It's been 4.
You knew.
Yes.
You knew.
Have you missed
You
it?
knew.
Have you missed it?
Yes.
Been a little busy.
We have been busy revamping it.
And more.
And more.
Yes.
And more. Me just doing my own.
So
JK.
couple of quick updates on the podcast.
Yes.
Because if we were going to talk about everything from the last month, then that would take 3 hours by itself. So we decided to take this opportunity to kind of take a step back, get the lay of the land, and kind of revisit our plan.
Yes.
And we came up with a little bit something different.
Yeah. So we basically decided that me personally, not really interested in everything. And I really want to hone in my, let's say, expertise into very specific areas that personally are most interesting to me. And hopefully most interesting to you guys too. So we'll be focusing mainly on football. So that includes college, that includes NFL, that includes off-season, new things that are happening, all that. So that will be continuing every single week. And then we'll also be focusing a lot on F1 because I've grown a very recent interest in it. Actually, it's not even recent. It's been like a year. Actually, that's a lot. Maybe like 6 months. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying it and I've been watching like all the races a lot more. And so that's something that I want to keep learning more about, and that's what I'm interested in right now. However, that second spot, let's say, because football is obviously my number one, that second spot can change a little depending on the season and stuff like that. But for now and the recent future, it will be F1. So,
okay. Yeah. F1, football and more. We like to say football and more.
Yeah. But this week it's F1. So.
This week it's F1 with the end of the season. So with that, let's dive in.
Yes.
We have a lot of football news. A lot has happened over the last month. A lot to be excited about, both in NFL and college football, especially if you are a Bears and Hurricanes fan. But yeah, a lot of news, a lot has changed, and really some headlines coming out of the last week are big ones. So the unthinkable but predicted.
But predicted by me. Me, I will say it was me. I predicted it before the season even started. I knew
that the Kansas City Chiefs, in losing this past weekend, have officially been eliminated from playoff contention.
And their quarterback tore his ACL.
So we're going to dive a little bit more into that in a minute. Meanwhile, Steelers took down the Dolphins on Monday night to take the AFC North lead. The Bills, Broncos, Rams, Jags, Bears all picked up massive wins. And possibly one of the wildest stories of the year, 44-year-old and quarterback that Bella had probably never heard of, Phillip Rivers.
Nope. Never in my life. Got another Aaron Rodgers appearing.
Came back from 5 years of retirement, almost 5 years, 5 years of retirement, to almost lead the Indianapolis Colts to a win over the very strong Seattle team over this past weekend. Yeah, the hope is still alive. I'm going to start throwing a football after this is over, and anything can happen. But thank you, Phillip Rivers, for giving all of us old guys hope. So a lot of questions to dig into here, a lot of things to dig into. one of the first ones that I think about is we have 3 teams right now that are poised to have incredible comeback seasons. You got the Bears that already, with 3 games left in the season, the Bears have 5 more wins than last year, right? Patriots have 7 more wins than last year, and the Jags have 6 more wins than last year. So today, if you had to choose which of those teams, now not all have guaranteed playoff spots at this point, but if you had to choose today of those 3 teams, which one is going the furthest, getting into the playoffs and going the furthest into the playoffs, who you got?
The Patriots.
Ooh, Patriots. All right. Give me your argument.
Okay, so first I have why the other ones won't be
okay.
the farthest, which not like in a mean way, just pointing out their flaws. Obviously, that's kind of the point. And then why the Patriots are going to go far. So first, the Bears have a much harder schedule than these other 2 teams going into the playoffs. So I think they are very capable of winning those games, but I think it will end up tiring them out, which could hurt their playoff run.
Okay.
If they make it into playoffs.
Yeah.
Also, I think Caleb Williams has grown a lot this season in terms of like trusting himself and trusting the process and being confident in his abilities, especially with the help of Ben Johnson. But I think the playoffs will kind of negate, I think that's the right word, that progress to a little bit of an extent, because I think the playoffs just add another level of stress that he's not necessarily prepared for. I mean, he doesn't really have some of the same levels of experience as some other quarterbacks. Obviously not Patriots quarterback, because Drake May is like 2nd year too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So not compared to the Patriots, but just in general, he doesn't have that same kind of like playoff experience that some other quarterbacks do, and that does play a role. I mean, it's a completely different environment in terms of like pressure, stress, like that kind of thing. So I don't know that he's ready to deal with that yet. And you can see that the games where he plays his best is the games where the team does the best. So if he's not at his best and he's not confident, then the team's going to fall apart. So that's my bigger concerns with them. And then the Jaguars, they have a much better schedule than the Bears, similar to the Patriots. And I think they will make the playoffs, but I think their offense is very inconsistent, which is shown by the team having 31 drops and 8 interceptions in the first 10 games, which is not good at all. I think they've improved in the recent games, but their defense also doesn't help, and they rank 20th in passing yards allowed and 19th in touchdowns. So they're just not consistent enough, in my opinion, to like make it very far. And I think they have a good offense, but I think it's still going to take them the off season, the beginning of next season, to kind of get to the place of being very consistent. I think it's kind of similar with the Bears. I think they've started to figure it out a little bit more, but it's kind of the same as the Bears last season. Like when they had their good games, they had really good games.
Yep.
But they also did not have some good games, and those games were not very good. So I think they're kind of in a similar place to where the Bears were last year, obviously winning more games than the Bears were last year. But part of that has to do with the schedule as well. So I just think they're not consistent enough to make it like far into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots, I think they'll go far because they have the 7th ranked total defense. They've only given up in 76 points this season, which is one of the lowest in the entire league, which is incredibly well. Their offense is the only team undefeated in away games, which is really good. It's really important going into playoffs because you're not guaranteed to be like at home at all. So being undefeated in away games, that really gives you an advantage. I think they're like 6-0 or something. So that's kind of a big deal. And that just shows how comfortable they are, how much they can adapt. So I think that's important for the playoffs. So that's why I think they're going to go really far. I mean, and then obviously they have like a really good quarterback, really good offense, good defense, like
MVP candidate.
Yeah. I mean, obviously like all the things that are necessary, but I think like being able to win on the road is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and if they can win out the rest of the regular season,
which they should. I mean, I looked at their schedule.
They have the inside track to being the number 1 seed.
Yeah, exactly.
Which means they won't have to go on the road in the playoffs.
Exactly. And I think they're their next 3 games, they're not like they can win against these teams. Like their schedule is not hard at all.
Yeah.
So I think that also gives them a little bit of rest going into the playoffs. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great breakdown.
Thank you.
I toyed with the Patriots, and you could be right. I'm going to go with the Bears.
I knew you were going to pick
obviously emotional, and that's acknowledged, but there is a legitimate argument to this. So one,
yeah, I mean, the only thing that I'm betting on is that Caleb Williams is going to crack under pressure, which is something personal to him. So that's not even like an offense defense thing.
Sure,
it's just personal.
So here's my thought process. One, they play in arguably the hardest division in football.
Yeah.
And they've already played the Vikings twice, 1-1. They're playing the Packers for the second time this weekend.
Yeah, that's a big game for them.
Huge game. And then in 2 weeks, they finish up, 2.5 weeks, they finish up with the Lions at home. So I'm going with the Bears as long as they win this weekend. If they don't win this weekend, then I think there is a real possibility they don't make the playoffs, which is shocking.
Yeah.
But
especially because they've had such a good season.
Yeah. But doesn't take away the fact that they're already 5 wins better than they were last year and well on their way. I think they do win this weekend. I think they do make the playoffs, potentially as the number 2 seed, which means they wouldn't need to go on the road until the NFC Championship, and that would be against the Rams, most likely, who have the lead right now. But also, there's a lot going on this weekend because the Rams play Seattle in Seattle tomorrow night for the NFC West lead. So a lot of moving parts. I'm going with the Bears. This is my thought process. 3 reasons. 1, iron sharpens iron. Your point that it wears you down could also be looked at in another way. It makes you better.
Yeah. It just depends on the player's mindset going into
the mindset and the health.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's cold and it's late in the season and you see more and more injuries to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with iron sharpens iron, and the fact that recently, you had the Eagles, you had Green Bay in Green Bay, the Browns, you got Green Bay again this weekend. So we're going to finish with some challenging games. We got the Niners next week in San Francisco, and then finishing up.
I just want to point out they have flown under the radar this entire season.
Who's that?
The Niners.
Oh yeah. With a lot of injuries.
Yes. And you look at it and it's like, how are you doing this right now? Because they have a really good record. They're playing really well. They're just not being noticed.
Yeah.
And I haven't even noticed them, which is surprising because normally I'm always checking who has the best record. I love looking at records and who's playing who because it's so interesting to me. But they have literally flown under the radar this entire season, which is insane to me because
the NFC West is likely going to have 3 teams in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Seattle, San Francisco, and LA Rams. So, 100%. But anyway, that's reason number 1. I think as long as they win this weekend, I think they've got a really good shot at making the playoffs and going in with momentum. Number 2, how they win. So running and defense, and not consistent defense, but playmaking defense.
Yeah.
Largest turnover differential in the league.
Oh, yeah. That's something that I've noticed that's been insane because literally last year, Caleb Williams was just throwing the ball interceptions, literally multiple every single game. And now they're literally the defense is literally I hate to be there's a star of that team. I can't even lie.
They still give up some plays, but
I mean they do, but they are constantly running the football to the other end of the field, and I'm bro, these 290-pound guys are just making it happen, and I'm yes.
Yeah. But a defense that makes plays, that gets turnovers, that makes things happen, right? And then a running game that is really hard to stop.
Yeah.
And each week, it seemed like for a few weeks it was Monangai kind of taking the lead of the two, but then in the last couple of weeks it's been Swift that's come back and been the more dominant runner. But it's
also just hard because the other team doesn't know.
That's right.
You can't guess It's not like you can have all your guys on like the star, because that's like what you've seen done with like the Chiefs this season. I think that's why they struggled, because you just can go after them, and it's like you just immediately stop them.
That's right.
You know who's getting the ball.
Yeah. So you've got those two. You've got the Avengers up front. Love the nickname. Who have been dominant. Certainly leading the run game, but then also providing much better protection and really getting better every week for Caleb.
That's something that the Jaguars have struggled with.
Yeah.
Is their
absolutely.
line.
The balance, right? Lawrence is crushing it when he has time, but it's not balanced.
Yeah. And it's not consistent. That's
right. And then the third, I'm gonna lean into Caleb as a positive here. So I think there's no question that he can and needs to be more accurate and more consistent. But what he has done is grow insane confidence to make plays when he needs to make plays for his team to win the game. And it just grows every week. And it's a joy to see. So if it comes down to a late fourth quarter situation, the game is in the balance, it's a one-score game, it's kind of hard to bet against Caleb right now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to say.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
If you had said
during like fourth quarter is like insane.
If you had said at the beginning of the season that that's what you would be thinking going in to 3 weeks left in the season, no way.
Yeah.
No way. So for those three reasons, I'm going with the Bears, but they got to win this weekend. And if the Rams lose, that would be nice too. That's all.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Okay, so my question is kind of Patrick Mahomes based. You know, I did call the Chiefs like cold dynasty explosions, so kind of have to go with that. So how long do you think it's going to take the Chiefs to get back on track and make it to late playoff Super Bowl picture? Because I can't be like make it to the playoffs, because I mean it's hard, but you've seen it with the Bears how quickly it can turn around. So like think late Super Bowl, like in like Super Bowl contention.
Yeah.
Not late Super Bowl, late playoff.
All right. For me, obviously, this has been one of the main headlines of the NFL this week, right? First, I think the stat is this will be the first postseason since 1998.
Yeah.
98, well before you were born, that will not feature a quarterback named Manning, Brady, or Mahomes.
Yeah.
1998. So, my thought, the Chiefs will be strong contenders next year. This is not going to take a long time, and there's a few reasons for it. The first one is they are going to have the easiest schedule next year that they've had in 5 years. 5 years plus. So that in itself cannot be overstated. That's a big deal. They have been used to having a schedule that features the previous year's top teams.
Yeah.
Since Mahomes started quarterback. Reason number 2, the whole team is going to get a month's more rest than they've gotten in the last 5 years as well. Again, can't be overstated. So whether it's Mahomes and his rehab, whether it's Kelsey, if he chooses to come back, whether it's the rest of the team, they're going to have a full month to rest and recover that they have not had in years and years. 3, they're going to get the highest draft pick they've had naturally in forever.
Yeah.
You know, they've been used to drafting one of the last players for the last 5 years, and they've still been able to make it work. All of a sudden, you got a pretty strong pick. Top 15. It's good.
Yeah.
And then number 4, I'm just going to say, and actually the headline just came across before we started recording today, I think there's no question that Mahomes comes back with a chip on his shoulder. Normally these things take 9 to 12 months. I will bet money right now that he is in the lineup to start opening day, and with a chip on his shoulder, with a well-rested team, with a couple of nice high draft picks. And I don't like it, but Kansas City's not going to be down long. My 2 cents is probably like 10 cents. You?
I very much disagree with you. Very much disagree.
All right, what do you got?
I think it'll take 4 to 5 years.
Oh my gosh, you're crazy.
I know I'm insane. But here's the thought process. Patrick Mahomes is signed until 2031. That's his contract right.
Yeah.
A lot of money in that contract, by the way.
There is a lot of money.
But I don't think keeping the 30-year-old on the Chiefs for another 6 years, I don't believe that he's going to stay with the Chiefs for 6 more years. 6 more years is insane to me. I mean, like, you're not 22 anymore. You're 30.
That wasn't a Taylor reference, was it?
22.
Just checking.
Sorry. And as seen with this year's rookies and second years, the new class is just getting better. He's getting beat. And not beat good, beat bad. So yeah. I think that's definitely going to play a role because there's new talent and he's not getting any younger. Which, I mean, I'm also like low-key old people football player hater, but it's fine. And then I also think in terms of like team effect, I think Travis Kelce is going to lead this season.
Yeah.
He's unreliable at this point, hasn't played his best, and he's about to get married to Taylor Swift. It's not like he needs the money. Go play football with your nieces. You know what I'm saying? So that loses a weapon. And then also, their other weapons, no offense to them, they're not the best anymore. They're not. Like, you look at the Bears, you look at the Seahawks, they're not the best anymore. When it comes to, like, having receivers, having running backs, they're not. It's kind of the same thing going on with the Eagles, in my opinion. They're not the best anymore. So, I think they have to get new talent. Problem is, which obviously it's going to help that they're going to get a higher draft pick this year, but the problem is that you can't do that quickly enough. You can't get a whole new set of running backs and wide receivers and potentially a better backup quarterback in one season. So something's got to give.
Okay.
You know? I just think that, like, his ACL torn, his big ego, because, I mean, he has that, I'm sorry, like, he thinks he's the best, and he's not anymore, in my opinion. So, I don't know. I just think, like, in terms of the team, they have to, I don't want to say they have to get rid of him, because that sounds mean. But, like, in 2 years, I don't think, like, I think he's going to be gone after 2 years.
It's interesting.
I'm not done yet.
Sorry.
And I also think that because it's going to take them a minute to realize that they need to do this, because I don't think they realize that they need to do this yet. I think they're like, oh, we got Patrick Mahomes. Yay, Patrick Mahomes. Like,
Okay.
boy's not the best anymore. So I think it's going to take them a minute to realize that they actually have to do something else. So I think that takes up time, and then they need more time to actually implement it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm thinking for maybe 5 years. So, yeah.
That's very interesting. I get it.
I
Could
mean,
be.
You want to bet for Patrick Mahomes because he's good. I'm not saying he's not good. He's been really good, but you can't play like how you did in the Super Bowl last year. You can't play how you played this entire season. You can't tear your ACL and then just come back with a chip on your shoulder and it's like, okay, it's all fine.
Well, I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
obviously, it's horrific what happens. What happened to him.
Yeah, no, torn ACL. Torn ACL is like the worst injury.
Parsons had the same thing.
Literally, within 2 minutes span,
horrible.
Both.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely horrible.
out. No, ACL is like one of the worst injuries you could possibly get. So that's why it's going to be a problem.
It's interesting because it's a challenge that faces a lot of teams, and I think one of the reasons why you're seeing, I mean, the coaching has obviously been outstanding, but both the Patriots and Bears have a second-year QB.
Yeah.
They have not renegotiated for their full contract yet. They still have rookie contracts. What that means is that there is still cap room to pay other players a lot of money. Once those quarterbacks go to those max contracts, then the money to spread around to everybody else shrinks, right? Because
Exactly.
there's a cap.
That's why Patrick Mahomes is worshipped as Patrick Mahomes, is because he's getting paid a
Sure.
ton of money.
Well, there's a lot of
to
them.
play until 2031.
Yeah.
Which is 6 more years, which is like,
Yeah.
yes, amazing. He's amazing. He totally deserves that. I mean, not that much money. Nobody needs that much money. But like,
it's an interesting puzzle. I think what you may see is Mahomes come back and renegotiate his contract a little bit to provide a little bit more room, so that they can rebuild. But if he doesn't, some of the things you're talking about are real.
Because you have to actually implement the new people coming in. And you can't do that if you're not going to pay them, because then they won't want to come to you.
Right.
And a lot of, I feel like I've seen this a lot more with like football players coming out of college. Like they're getting NIL deals now. Like they want that money. They want that stardom. They want to be on a good team.
Sure.
So they're not going to want to go to the Chiefs as well as they are. They didn't play their best. It's not like you really want to go to a team that their quarterback, you don't know what's happening.
They're going to want to go. They still got Andy Reid.
I mean, yeah, and he's an amazing coach.
Yeah.
There's no denying that.
I mean, there was the same thing around the Patriots and the Bears going into this year. Yeah. It's finding the players that are willing to do the work.
Yeah.
Despite the NIL money. That's the secret.
Yeah. But can you do that when you can't pay them?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Exactly. So, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see. Time will tell.
I mean, I think they'll make the playoffs next year, but I don't think they're making it to the Super Bowl.
Well, and they've got a lot of strong competition in their division.
Yeah.
Broncos
it's only getting stronger.
Broncos are not going away.
Broncos are doing so good, and I love it so much. They're like my little underdogs. I have like an emotional attachment to them because they were my defense last year and this year. Literally slayed the day away.
We got some feedback that we did not talk about the Broncos enough in our last episode.
I love the Broncos.
Okay.
They're my kings.
Good job noting that. All right. Before we leave football, we got to talk about college because college football playoff starts Friday. So a full slate, 4 games between Friday and Saturday. Friday night, you got Alabama at Oklahoma. And then Saturday, the triple header starts with Miami at Texas A&M. Tulane at Ole Miss without Lane Kiffin, and then finishing up on the West Coast, JMU at number 5 Oregon. So, dude, yeah,
insane.
Yeah, it's exciting. So, thinking about the slate of games, obviously your 4 top seeds are sitting out. They get a first round bye. Who, in your opinion, has the best shot out of these 8 teams to truly compete for the championship this year? Is it Oregon? Logical choice at number 5, or is it another team?
So you know how much I hate to go with the logical choice because that's just not me.
Yeah.
But I have to go with them.
Yeah.
You can't pick anyone else, in my opinion. Yeah. I think the new 12-team bracket makes it easier for them to go to the playoffs for sure. I mean, James Madison, they're not like, no offense, they're not beating that. It's a, I don't want to say easy win, but it's a helpful win.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Yep.
So it's already easier for them in the playoffs. And I think they have the offense and defense to win. So they just have to use the schedule to their advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So treat it as a warm-up.
Yep.
While the other teams don't have that.
I agree.
So that's just my thought process on it. I think,
I agree.
They're kind of the obvious choice.
I picked, obviously I'm a Hurricane fan, and I'd love to be able to argue that, but no, I think it's Oregon as well. I'm going to say that they actually have an advantage by not playing in the Big Ten championship. It was Indiana and Ohio State, obviously, so they get an extra bye week in there. However, they played a strong schedule this year. Remember, they're the ones that beat then undefeated Penn State. Penn State was ranked ahead of them, number 3, when they went into Happy Valley and beat them down. And that ended up being the beginning of the end for Penn State. And their only loss this year was Indiana the following week after beating Penn State in that thriller. So I think that they are battle tested. I think that their path forward is easier than
Yeah.
others. They've got the home game this weekend against JMU, which is really just kind of a warm-up game after having a little time off. And then round 2 is going to be neutral site versus Texas Tech, which is the lowest ranked of the top four teams.
Yeah, they just have to use it to their advantage.
Yeah, and they've got experience. They've been there. They've done it. Dan Lenning, the head coach, a lot of the players. I think they'll be poised and ready to go. So I'm with you. It'll be interesting if it's somebody else. I think that there are some great games this weekend. I'm excited to see Alabama, Oklahoma. I think that's a tight matchup in Oklahoma. I think hopefully Miami, Texas A&M is a good matchup this weekend.
I think it will be.
Ole Miss blew out Tulane earlier in the season without Lane Kiffin. I don't know what's going to happen there, but we'll see. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So, F1?
Take us there.
So, Max Verstappen dominated the final at Abu Dhabi to take the race win. However, Lando, my king, finished P3, so he did secure the 2025 World Drivers' Championship by a very thin 2-point margin, but 2 points is 2 points. You win or you lose. So the season concluded with McLaren ending the Red Bull Dynasty. So, yeah, sucks for Red Bull, but yeah.
Oh, well.
So, yeah, I mean, Max Verstappen won 4 years in a row. It's kind of the end of an era.
Yep. So,
first question. So, I have seen a lot of the rookies, and then obviously, like, you have F2, F3, F4, whatever. But, so my question is, what are some rookies or newbies? So, I mean, if they're in their second year, I guess you could kind of count them, but not exactly the same. That could have the potential to win the 2026 World Drivers' Championship. I know this is not realistic because, let's be real, I mean, they're competing against Lando, Oscar, Mac. So, not exactly realistic, but if you were to pick someone, who has the best chances?
All right, so
first,
yeah,
because I'm really happy about mine. So I picked Kimi Antonelli. First of all, I literally love him. He's all over my social media. He's such a cutie, and he has like the funniest personality ever. Like, I mean, like when I'm scrolling, like literally, it's just like F1 interview after F1 interview after F1 interview, and after the races, they have like the different drivers from different teams sitting in like one of the little benches, and then someone's interviewing them, and so it's always kind of funny to like watch how they interact with each other, because sometimes, actually a lot of the time, they're just like kind of giving each other little hits, and they're like, well, you didn't do this, and well, I've won 4 years in a row, so one win for you, that's fine for me. But I picked him because, well, he's just funny and cute. Aside from that, he, I think, has a lot of talent, and he's driving for Mercedes. They have a good car. So it's hard to find a new person who also has a good car, because powerhouse teams like Red Bull, McLaren, they're not always bringing up the newbies because they already have really good drivers. So to find a newbie with a good car, it's a hard combination. He's already challenging George Russell. He's already scoring points and shows a lot of maturity in the way that he drives. So I think that combination of things, I think he'll give some of the veterans a little bit of a run for their money. He's my pick.
Okay. I had to look this up because you know much more about F1 than I do, which is very interesting. I find it fascinating that so many women are becoming more and more excited about F1. It's just fascinating.
I mean, it's a bunch of cute guys
racing
cars.
What
more could you want?
Anyway, so my choice was Kimi as well. He ranked 7th this year.
He's good. He's really good.
So fun fact, one thing I learned about him was he was the driver that replaced Lewis Hamilton when Hamilton left Mercedes to go to Ferrari, right? So that's interesting. I'm sorry?
Big shoes to fill.
Big shoes. Huge. The other fun fact that I learned, because I'm catching up, the cute guys racing hasn't hooked me quite as much, but the other fun fact is that there are a number of engine regulation changes happening after the season, going into next season.
Yeah.
And historically, Mercedes has been extremely successful and effective in implementing changes one season to the next. So
yeah, they have a really good car. That's part of why I picked them. They have a really good car. So
fun fact number 3, not really fun, but something else I also learned about him was he actually experienced quite a bit of online taunting and bullying.
Yeah.
This season because of some of the finishes.
Oh yeah.
And he's been very open about leaning on. I mean, he's 18 years old, so
yeah, he's a little baby.
Okay, he's 18 years old.
I mean, he's racing with like these veterans, these men. Like he's
and there's a lot of money in this sport. So but a lot of online bullying, and so he's been very public about how he's managed through it and leaned on friends and family and teammates to help him through it. And so kudos to him for speaking up and making it public, hopefully helping other people. So yeah, learned a lot about Kimi. My thought and what I was contemplating about F1 with the end of the season was, are Piastri and Norris going to be on the same team? Because that's a whole lot of ego in one room. And obviously Lando won his first title this year. Piastri, by most accounts, was a good teammate for the year and kind of took a step back to help his partner win the trophy. But will Lando and Oscar be on the same team a year from now?
Yes. That's my thought. I think both drivers want to be there. They want to be with McLaren. They have one of the best cars. McLaren wants them. No doubt about it. They're both amazing. So I think that they will both be there a year from now because they want to. I think they push each other, and I think they respect that about each other, is that they do push each other. But I also think they're happy that McLaren is a very fair team. They don't have a number one driver. They don't have like their one seat. Like,
right.
They are constantly proving themselves. They constantly have to fight for that.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of them and their mental space, it makes them a better driver.
Yeah.
You're constantly competing against someone. I mean, yeah, it can be kind of rough when you don't win, but it's making you better.
Yeah.
So, and then I also think like they have a really good partnership on the track. They know when to step aside, let the other one go. They know when to like race. They know, like, they have a good partnership. So I think that combined with the amount of respect that they have for each other, yeah, they both have a big ego. They should. They're good. So I think a year from now, yes. Do I think for both of their entire careers? No.
Right.
But a year from now, yes, because it's still working for them. They're still doing good. So, because if you decide to leave, you take the risk of not getting a good car. You take the risk of not getting the best teammate.
It's fair. Okay.
And so for them, I think right now, I don't think that's a risk that they want to take.
Okay. I hope you're right.
I know I'm right.
I think, so let's look at the contracts real quick first. Piastri's contract runs till the end of 2026. And Lando goes beyond 25, is what's written. Likely through 27 or longer. So technically, on paper, they're kind of guaranteed to be teammates through next season. I say one of them is gone after next season. And I think for really one main reason, and that's ego. I think everything you said is 100% accurate. And I hope you're right. But my gut tells me that I think that Oscar walks after next year unless something changes.
Yeah.
Because I don't, unless he takes it next year.
Unless he's beating Lando more consistently.
Yeah. So I just think.
I agree. I mean, he's won the World Drivers' Championship.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't he want to do it again?
Yeah.
You know?
So I think, you know, Red Bull could have an opening after next year. The new Audi team could have an opening. So I think that there's a lot of places to go. So I hope you're right, but I'm going to say next year's last year.
If he were to leave, I think he would only leave for like Red Bull, Mercedes, or Ferrari.
Well, there's rumors that Verstappen's going to leave.
I wouldn't be
Bull.
surprised by that.
Yeah. So he could slide in there.
Did you see he lost his teammate?
I did not.
Yeah. They kicked him out of the seat.
Interesting.
Yeah. He's still staying like with the team as like a backup driver in their academy. I don't know what it's called officially, but yeah. So he lost his seat. So he got a new teammate this year.
Interesting. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Let's finish it up with the locker room.
Yep.
You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right. So things you were excited about in the past or things you're looking forward to?
Well, so I have 3 things. My first one is that I got everyone's Christmas gift. I can't say because people listen.
Did you? You got everybody's?
Yes.
What'd you get me?
In our immediate family. I can't tell you. But I got you a gift. I got everyone a gift.
Wow.
And it's a week.
Very efficient.
Christmas.
I'm impressed.
I know. They're not all here, but they're all bought.
Yeah.
So that's a bonus.
Yeah.
Second, I only have 2 days left of school before break.
Boom.
And I'm hoping Mother might let me skip Friday because none of my friends are going to be
it sounds like that's okay. Well, maybe, I mean, you
and
never
I don't
skip.
And I
like,
don't have
you
practice
might,
that morning.
You might get sick.
Yeah. My throat's feeling a little scratchy. Yeah. Well, none of my friends are going to be there, and we're going to be doing absolutely nothing. So, and I don't have morning practice that day, so I can sleep in. Would be very nice.
Yeah.
And my third one is that I finished my Lego set.
Which one?
It's all the little flowers.
Oh, the whole thing? Nice.
Yeah. And I have I think Auntie Kaylee got me the Ferrari car. So I have that to build. So I'm excited about it.
Nice.
Yes.
Did she not give it to you?
No, she did.
Oh, okay.
I just couldn't remember if it was Ferrari or Mercedes. But I think it's Ferrari.
I got you.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Thank you.
All right. So excited about something that happened. Just got back from New York where we had a 48-hour
blip.
Blitz? How about a blitz?
No.
I feel like it was a blitz.
I feel like it was
nonstop.
Like a blip in time.
I feel like it was a nonstop blitz of the city.
Okay. You do you.
And we had a lot of great highlights, created a lot of great memories. Right?
Yes.
So I could list a few of those, but I'm going to share the night of dinner and theater as my excited. Are you playing something?
No.
I thought I heard bong. As what I was most excited about. So shout out to Pizzeria Perfect Pizza on 46th Street and the show 6, which was amazing.
Yes, it was so fun.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I loved it.
We had great seats, small, intimate theater, and the ladies were belting it out. Girl power.
Girl power.
And we got to meet 5 out of 6 after the show.
Yes. It was fire.
And some of the band. So that was awesome. Inspiring. Good stuff. And the pizza was amazing. I mean, listen, it was like, it felt like it was 10 degrees outside. And that pizza.
It was good.
Perfect undercarriage, nice and crispy. Sauce was flavorful. The cheese was, oh gosh, it was so good. Anyway, I recommend the pepperoni and mushroom when you stop by. What am I excited that's happening? A couple things. One, dude, this Saturday, if you had told me before the football season started that there would be a Saturday in December where I could watch the Hurricanes at noon in a college football playoff game, and then the Bears host the Packers Saturday night in a very meaningful NFL game that could decide whether or not the Bears win the division, I would have been absolutely thrilled. So I am very excited for that on Saturday. And the other weird little quirky thing I'm excited about are peppermint chocolate chip cookies So have I shared this with you? Ann Michael May. Do you know who that is?
Oh,
She's
that's
viral.
Drake May's wife.
Yes.
You told me about this.
Yeah, she's viral.
Yeah, she's
'Cause
viral for her baking.
It's Bakemas. So every day in December up until Christmas, she posts a different recipe that she makes. It's all baking. And so the peppermint chocolate chip cookies are supposedly some of the best that she's featured so far. Mom's getting the ingredients right now, so I'm pretty excited. You know, I'm very selective about the sweets.
You are.
But I open, you know, the borders a little bit over Christmas, just a little. And I'm excited to try Ann Michael May's, not Michelle, but Michael, Ann Michael May's peppermint chocolate chip cookies. So yeah, looking forward to those two things.
Cool.
Next week is Christmas.
Yes. I'm so excited.
And Wednesday is Christmas Eve. So our plan right now is actually to record one day early and post one day early so that everybody has something fun to listen to. We should do something fun next week. Maybe we'll eat all those cookies.
We'll come up with something.
We never did the hot ones.
No.
Probably not good for Christmas.
No.
No.
We can do that later. Maybe we can do that for our Super Bowl episode.
Ooh, that'd be good. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do something fun.
Okay.
Good to be back.
Yes.
Had a good time.
Yes.
Take us home.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, which if you're listening to this, you're probably already doing that. Make sure to leave a comment, like, and leave feedback. You can watch us on YouTube. So, yeah.
Thanks
Bye.
for listening, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye.